Hello, hello. It's Mary Schiller, author and coach of MarySchiller.com. I am coming to you live from inside my apartment here in Paris. I wanted to jump on just for a couple of minutes while I had a chance because I've got kind of a packed schedule today. I have been a little bit absent here from Facebook this week because I've been running the pilot version of a new program called the Freedom Formula: Simplify Your Business and Multiply Your Income, and it's really, really fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying that, and it's so interesting because I sent out an email to my list yesterday that was basically about change, and I thought it might be fun to just chat with you for a couple of minutes about change and what I've noticed about that. Oftentimes when I hear the little voice in the back of my head that says, Mary, it's time to make a change, and sometimes things occur and they happen over and over again, and you're like, okay, I hear the message now. I gotta make a change. What I've noticed is that in most instances, and maybe all, the change has already happened without my actually noticing it. It's almost like by the time you hear the knocking on your head, the change has already occurred and you're kind of just waking up and catching up to it. And that's really what happened for me this week. And actually the last like 6 weeks or so have been kind of an intense one in terms of change for me, where I started noticing some things about my professional life that weren't really going very well, at least not in the way that I had wanted them to. And I thought, okay, this is interesting. What's happening here? And I just this week realized that the change had already occurred, and I was just becoming aware of it. That the way I was doing certain things related to developing the business part of myself needed some adjusting, and those adjustments had already been made, and I was kind of now seeing those adjustments and going, oh, well, that's interesting. So I see where I am now. I see where I've landed now. So what steps do I want to take next? And as soon as I asked that question of, oh, okay, I see where I am now. It's different from where I was before. What step do I want to take next? A whole bunch of options occurred to me. And so it's just amazing to me how when we kind of, I don't want to say accept, but sort of, when we accept that change is simply how we're made, that we're designed to change and grow and transform. That's how our bodies are made. That's how we're designed. It makes it much easier to kind of just go with it and be more spontaneous about listening to these new ideas that come to us and then acting on them. The whole reason, for instance, that this new program came about was because I saw something that I felt could be helpful to people, first of all. And then I realized that maybe this was a way that I could start shifting things in the way that I interacted with people in my business. And then I took the next step, which was, well, maybe I can develop something that would help them. And so it's kind of just this really nice, easy flow. I want to stress the word easy and ease, because especially if we're talking about developing our own business, but in all areas of life, it seems to me, human beings seem to have this idea, at least in Western culture, that things have to be difficult. Change has to be difficult, that most of life is hard and a struggle. And that is simply not the way I see it. And this is coming from someone who felt that struggle for my entire adult life. Life looked really hard and difficult and awful in most ways, not every way, but in a lot of ways to me for 30 years of my life. And then I started to see something different, which was actually the way we're designed is for ease. The way we're designed is for things to happen very sort of naturally and organically. And all I have to do, I was just saying to someone a moment ago, is look around at the so-called natural world, although of course we're part of the natural world, but you know, trees don't have to work hard to grow. The ocean doesn't have to work hard to, you know, to do its thing. The sky doesn't have to work hard. The sun doesn't have to work hard. The Kilauea volcano doesn't have to work hard to do its thing. And so I'm no different. You're no different. We don't have to work hard at being human. We don't have to work hard at really anything. We are living with a system that's doing 99% of the work for us. It's bringing us new ideas 24/7. It's given us the tools to execute on those ideas. It's basically given us everything. And it seems to me that the only thing we have to do, if you want to put it that way, is respond in some tiny way. I've noticed that sometimes the tiniest step that I take results in something massively changing without my having done much to do it. So, like, for instance, when it comes to business, you know, I have an idea of something that I would like to put together next related to that. I don't know, of course, what the outcome will be, but it doesn't seem hard. It seems like a natural next step for me to do. People are often asking me, well, you know, I want to make a change, but I'm scared. How do I take action? How do I get myself to do something? And to me, that's kind of coming at things from a weird angle, because we don't have to, I don't know how to say this in a way that's going to make sense right now, but we don't have to be as proactive as we think we do. You know, it's not about taking massive steps. It's about doing something that comes to you and going and simply allowing yourself to go in a direction that's slightly new. And I mean slightly. You know, it's not about taking massive inspired action, or however people talk about that. It's not about that. It's about saying you're already moving, you're already changing. So why not just kind of, you know, stick your oar in the water? You don't even have to push very hard, you know, maybe a tiny bit, and then you'll go, you know, down the stream without any effort. People don't believe me when I say that life can be effortless, but it really can be. Struggle is an idea. Hard is an idea. Challenge is an idea. The way we're designed is for ease. And that has been a real revelation to me in all aspects of my life, not just business. So to kind of sum this up, if you realize that it's time to change, the change has already occurred. You're just kind of waking up to it. And you can kind of revel in the fact that you are being assisted, and you're being assisted in a very loving and caring way. It's lovely to wake up to that reality. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I'd love to hear your comments, so please post them wherever you're watching. And find me online at maryschiller.com. And I've got 2 free audios there for you if you're so inclined to subscribe. And of course, you can always email me, mary@maryschiller.com. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you're having a great day today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.